Historians still argue whether the lion was more symbolic of the trials of life, or if it truly roamed the hills of Nemea, terrorizing all who dared approach. Regardless of the debate, one thing is certain: the lion's legend is as enduring as Hercules' own. With each step, you move closer to your fate, knowing that this moment will define you forever. So, before you get comfortable, take a moment to like the video and subscribe, but only if you genuinely enjoy what I do here. Drop a comment letting me know where you are watching from, and what time. It is always fun to know where you guys are joining in from. Now, dim the lights, maybe turn on a fan for that soft background hum, and let's ease into tonight's journey. Together, as you trek through the rocky terrain, you begin to hear whispers from the surrounding villagers. They've heard the stories. The lion isn't just big, it's terrifying. It's said that the lion's fur is impenetrable, its claws sharp enough to tear through stone, but none of them have ever seen it up close. You will be the first to face it, head on. There's a strange excitement in the area's fear, but also the thrill of the unknown. And this fear, well, it makes you feel alive. The quiet landscape around you feels more like a stage, with nature itself holding its breath, waiting for what's to come. You might wonder why Hercules? Sure, you've got strength and courage, but this lion, it's more than a monster, a living legend, one that has endured for generations. The challenge isn't just physical, it's mental, a test of willpower and cunning. As the hilltops loom larger before you, there's no turning back. The first steps you take toward the lion's lair will decide everything. You approach the hill where the Nemean Lion is said to roam. The ground beneath your feet, a mix of loose gravel and hardened dirt. The air feels cooler now, the shadows stretching longer as the sun continues its descent. As you move forward, the villagers' warnings echo in your mind, but they sound almost absurd now. How could a single beast, no matter how fierce, defeat someone like you? After all, you are Hercules, the son of Zeus himself. But even gods have their doubts sometimes, and deep down, a tiny thread of uncertainty tugs at you. The stories of the lion's invincibility aren't just legends, they've been passed down for a reason. You know what you're up against. The lion's skin, impenetrable by any weapon, is what makes it so terrifying. It's said that no sword or spear can pierce it. To defeat this creature, you will need to rely on something more than strength alone. You'll need to outthink it. But that's no small feat when your opponent is a creature of such primal, untamed power. Historians still argue whether the lion's golden coat was a symbolic representation of the sun, or if it truly shimmered like molten gold. The golden fur has been a defining feature of the lion, making it even more mythical. Some say it was the very source of its power and impenetrable armor. For you though, the lion's armor is just another obstacle, one that must be dealt with, one way or another. As you near the edge of the forest, you begin to hear it, the low rumbling growl of something large, a sound that vibrates through your chest and shakes the very ground beneath you. It's not just a sound, it's the promise of danger. The hairs on the back of your neck stand up, and you can't help but feel that the hunt is about to begin. The lion's lair is said to be somewhere just beyond this ridge, where the terrain turns into jagged rocks and steep cliffs. The air becomes thick with the scent of earth, damp stone, and the faintest trace of blood, a sign that this is no ordinary hunting ground. It's a place where the laws of nature have been twisted, and the lion has become both the king and the keeper of the land. You know you're stepping into its domain now, and there's no telling what lies ahead. But you're not here to back down. You're here to prove yourself, not just to the villagers, but to the gods themselves. You've come too far and sacrificed too much to turn back now. The wind howls around you, pushing you toward the lion's lair, and there's no more room for hesitation. Your heart beats in your chest, steady and strong, but your mind is racing. How will you approach this fight? Should you wait, bide your time, or should you go in, guns blazing, and take the lion head on? For a brief moment, you remember your father's voice, the advice he gave you so many years ago. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the willingness to face it. It's a reminder you don't need to hear again, but it does calm you. You push forward, feeling the ground shift under your feet as you near the rocky outcrop that marks the lion's home. The first glimpse you get of the Nemean Lion sends a chill down your spine. Its eyes glow with an unnatural light, and its massive frame towers above everything else in the area. It's the size of a small house, and its golden mane ripples in the wind like molten lava. The lion is staring right at you, its gaze locked onto yours, There's a moment, just a moment, where time seems to slow down. The air hangs thick with the anticipation of battle. In this moment, you realize that this is more than a physical challenge. It's a challenge of fate, a challenge that will decide whether or not you, Hercules, are truly worthy of the god's favor. The lion doesn't move at first. Its eyes remain fixed on you, unblinking, sizing you up like a predator evaluating its prey. The silence between you is almost unbearable, broken only by the rustling of the wind through the trees and your steady breathing. For a fleeting moment, you question if you've made a mistake. Can anyone truly defeat a creature like this? The lion's presence is so overwhelming, it feels as if the very earth beneath you is waiting for its next move. But then, without warning, it lunges. The speed of the attack takes you by surprise. The ground shakes as the lion's massive paws pound toward you, its teeth gleaming in the fading light. You leap to the side, narrowly avoiding its claws, which swipe through the air with enough force to split a tree in two. The lion's power is evident in every movement, and you can't afford to make even the smallest mistake. You're no longer facing just an animal. You're facing the embodiment of nature's untamed fury. That's you roll to your feet. Your mind races. The lion is fast, impossibly fast, and its strength seems limitless. But then, in the split second after it misses its first strike, you spot something, a glimmer in its fur, a soft spot in the otherwise impenetrable coat. It's almost imperceptible, but you catch it, a small patch of fur that looks slightly thinner than the rest. You've found your opening. Historians still argue whether Hercules had any previous experience with such beasts before this encounter. But one thing's for certain, this was no ordinary monster. It wasn't just its size or strength that made the Nemean lion a legend. It was its relentless will, a creature that had never been defeated. But perhaps, just perhaps, it was the vulnerability you had discovered that would allow you to win. Lion roars again, its voice deafening as it charges once more. This time, you're ready. You sidestep its lunge, using its momentum against it, and with a surge of strength, you grab onto its mane, locking your arms around its neck. The lion thrashes violently, trying to shake you off, but you hold on tightly. The golden fur is thicker than anything you've ever touched, and the animal's power is raw, shaking you to your core. But you can't let go, not now. You begin to twist, using all your strength to move the lion's massive body. The creature snarls and snaps, its jaws mere inches from your face. The world blurs as you both tumble across the rocky ground, the lion's ferocity matching yours in every way. It's a battle of endurance, willpower, and sheer determination. Neither of you will give in easily. For what feels like hours, the fight rages on. Every time the lion tries to free itself, you tighten your grip, refusing to let go. You know that you're not just fighting for survival, you're fighting for the honor of being a hero, for the gods, for your legacy. And slowly, inch by inch, the lion begins to tire. The lion's movements slow. Its once furious thrashing becomes less intense. Its snarls turn to strained breaths, and for the first time, you feel the shift in the balance of power. The lion, for all its might, is losing. You know that this is the moment. This is your chance to end it. You summon all the energy left within you, focusing everything on a final, decisive blow. You move swiftly, positioning yourself behind the lion, and, with a powerful twist, you choke it into submission. The lion struggles, but it's too late. Its once fierce roars turn to a low, strangled growl, and then, silence. The beast is defeated. You stand above the lifeless creature, panting, bloodied, and bruised, but victorious. The Nemean lion, the terror of the hills, is no more. And as you catch your breath, you can't help but feel a sense of awe at what you've just accomplished. This isn't just about defeating a monster, it's about proving that no matter how impossible the odds, you can rise to the challenge. The wind blows through the trees again, but this time, it feels different. The air, once heavy with the threat of death, now feels lighter, calmer. And in that moment, as you look down at the fallen lion, you know that this is just the beginning of your legendary journey. As you stand over the lifeless body of the Nemean lion, you can't help but feel a surge of relief. The adrenaline that's been coursing through your veins slowly begins to ebb away, leaving behind an exhausted calm. Your muscles ache, every part of you telling you to collapse right where you stand. But you know better. You've completed the first task. You've proven yourself to be more than just a mortal, more than just a man. You are Hercules, son of Zeus, and no monster will stand in your way. The golden mane of the lion shimmers under the light of the setting sun. Now a symbol of your strength and resilience. You take a deep breath, staring at the fallen beast. The feeling of victory is heady, but there's no time to bask in it. This is just the beginning of your journey, and more trials await. But for now, you've earned a moment of peace or quiet. Victory, alone in the wilderness. The thought of returning to Nemea and presenting the lion's skin fills you with anticipation. The villagers will know what you've done. No more whispered tales of an unbeatable beast. No more fear. You will carry the proof of your triumph, a trophy that will forever mark this as the day the impossible became possible. Historians still argue whether Hercules took the lion's pelt with him immediately, or if he was so exhausted from the battle that he needed to rest first. Some say he draped it over his shoulders as a symbol of his strength, while others believe he took the time to make sure the lion was truly defeated before leaving the site. Regardless of which version is true, one thing is certain: the lion's fur would become one of Hercules' most iconic symbols, a symbol of victory over adversity, a reminder that even the strongest forces in nature could be overcome with grit, determination, and a bit of clever thinking. You turn away from the fallen lion and begin to make your way back toward the village. The path back seems longer now, but you don't mind. Every step feels like a step toward your destiny. Your thoughts drift to the next task, the next challenge that will come your way. You know that each victory will only bring more tests, but you are ready. You are prepared for whatever lies ahead. The villagers will be waiting for you. They'll want to hear the story, to know how you defeated the beast that had terrorized them for so long. And you'll tell them that you didn't just fight the lion, you conquered it. You'll tell them that it wasn't just your strength that won the day, but your determination to never give up, no matter how impossible the odds. As you approach the village, you begin to hear the faint sounds of celebration. They've already heard the news of the lion's defeat. The streets are lined with people, and they cheer as they catch sight of you, bloodied but triumphant, carrying the lion's massive pelt over your shoulder. The crowd erupts in applause, and for a brief moment, you allow yourself to feel the weight of your success. But it's fleeting. You can't stay here forever. You've got more to do, more to prove. The Nemean Lion was only the first of many trials. Each victory will lead to another, and while this one will go down in history, the path ahead remains long and uncertain. You are Hercules, and you are destined for greatness. But greatness isn't handed to you, it's earned, and you will earn every bit of it, one challenge at a time. As the villagers celebrate around you, you catch a glimpse of the sky, now darkening with the first stars of the evening. There's a calmness to the night that feels almost surreal after the chaos of the battle. The lion is dead, but the world continues to spin. Tomorrow, you'll face another challenge. But tonight, for just a moment, you let yourself savor this small victory. The village of Nemea is buzzing with excitement. But despite the warm cheers and the grateful eyes that follow you, something deep inside stirs. You've just defeated a legendary beast, one that has been a constant source of fear for the people. Yet, as you sit down to rest, the weight of your victory feels strangely light. There's no grand fanfare, no immortal glory. Not yet. This is just one battle, one victory in a long line of challenges that await you. The gods have sent you on this path, and as much as this triumph feels like a stepping stone, you know the road ahead is filled with even more danger, more trials that will push you further than you've ever been pushed before. Still, the crowd around you seems to swell with admiration, and for a moment, you let yourself absorb it. The villagers circle you, wanting to touch the lion's fur, to see the proof of your bravery for themselves. You hear their whispers, awestruck, amazed. Some of them ask if it was as difficult as the legends say. Others marvel at how you managed to defeat a creature that even the gods once feared. You shrug it off, smiling faintly. To you, it was never about the struggle. It was about the outcome, and you've always believed that you would win. It was only a matter of how. But even as the applause continues, you know the lion is more than just a symbol of physical strength. It represents the very nature of your journey, untamable, ferocious, and full of the unknown. You can't escape the feeling that this victory will lead to something greater, a shift in the very fabric of your life. The gods didn't send you here to defeat one lion. They sent you here to prove something deeper, your worthiness to stand among the immortals. As the night falls and the village grows quieter, you retire to your small hut, the lion's pelt draped across your shoulders. The silence feels heavy, and for the first time, you allow yourself to fully reflect on the battle. The lion's eyes, fierce and wild, are burned into your memory. You remember the force of its paws as they slammed into the earth, the primal roar that shook you to your core. The struggle for survival was real. It wasn't just a monster you had to defeat. It was the very essence of chaos and nature that you had to tame. Historians still argue about the nature of the battle. Was Hercules truly as invincible as the legends suggest, or did he merely tap into some deeper, unseen power? Some say that the gods themselves aided you, lending you strength beyond mortal limits. Others claim it was your sheer determination that won the day, that your willpower alone made you unstoppable. But whatever the truth, one thing is clear: this battle, like so many that will follow, will be talked about for generations. You've etched your name in the history of heroes, and no matter what comes next, this will be the moment that people remember. The sound of your heartbeat slows as you sit in the darkness, the only light coming from the crackling fire in the center of the room. The lion's pelt rests at your feet now, its golden fur almost glowing in the firelight. The weight of it feels symbolic, like a mantle of destiny placed on your shoulders. And in this moment, as you trace your fingers along the fur, you wonder what's next. You know the trials will only get more difficult from here. Each victory leads to another challenge, and the gods have a way of making sure you never rest for too long. But that's what makes you a hero. The journey is endless, and every victory is just another step toward the immortal legacy you're destined to create. You lie down, the warmth of the fire mingling with the weight of your exhaustion. The events of the day replay in your mind, each detail sharp and vivid. You can still feel the lion's powerful movements, the surge of energy that coursed through your body as you fought, the final crushing moment when the creature finally succumbed. It's a strange feeling, knowing that you've done something so monumental, yet knowing that your journey is far from over. As you close your eyes and drift off to sleep, the last thought in your mind is this: tomorrow, the world will expect more from you, and you'll be ready. Morning breaks gently across the village, the early light filtering through the wooden walls of your hut. The sound of birds chirping outside pulls you from your slumber, and you stretch, the weight of yesterday's battle still present in your muscles. Your body is sore, but not broken, just a reminder of the intensity of the fight. The world outside is peaceful now, but you know that peace is fleeting. You've earned a moment of rest, yes, but there's no time to waste. The gods have given you your first task, the others will follow soon enough. As you rise, the lion's pelt catches your eye. It's spread out on the floor beside you, its golden fur still gleaming in the early light, as if reflecting your triumph. You run your fingers over it, one last time. This pelt, this symbol of your victory, will be your constant companion now, a reminder that no matter how impossible the task, you are capable of overcoming it. The villagers are waiting for you outside. You can hear their voices, low murmurs of awe, their curiosity piqued by the hero who has come to their town. The cheers from last night may have quieted, but the gratitude and wonder still linger in the air. The Nemean Lion has been a source of fear for generations, but now, it's just a tale of the past. You've rewritten the story with your own hands, and it's a story that will be told for centuries. Historians still argue about the significance of the lion's defeat. Was it the physical battle that made it legendary, or was it the deeper meaning behind the task? Some believe it symbolizes Hercules' ability to overcome his inner demons, while others see it as a challenge to his very nature, a test of his strength, both physical and mental. Whatever the interpretation, one thing is certain: the lion is no longer a threat, and the world is watching as you prepare for your next move. You step outside, the cool morning air greeting you as you walk toward the village square. The people are waiting, eager to hear the story, to see the proof of your victory. They cheer again as they see you approach, and a small part of you, the part that always craves recognition, swells with pride. But you know that the cheers won't last forever. There will always be another challenge, another battle to fight. A man approaches you, his face lined with age and wisdom. He holds out a bundle of supplies, food, water, and a few tools for your journey. He nods at the lion's pelt draped over your shoulder. The gods have truly favored you, Hercules, he says, his voice filled with respect. May your journey continue as gloriously as it has begun. You accept the supplies with a nod of gratitude, but your mind is already elsewhere. The lion may be defeated, but what awaits you next? The next task, the next monster, the next trial. You know that there is no time to rest. Your legacy is just beginning, and the world is waiting to see if you can live up to the expectations placed upon you. The villagers, still awestruck, begin to gather around you, offering their congratulations and praise. But your thoughts are far from the celebrations. You feel the weight of the pelt on your shoulders, a constant reminder of the path you've chosen. It's not just about the victory, it's about what comes next. You've taken the first step, and now you must keep walking forward, through the trials, through the unknown, until you've earned your place among the gods. You bid the villagers farewell, knowing that their gratitude will stay with you, but there's no time for lingering. You've accomplished your first task, and now it's time to move on to the next. The Nemean Lion may have been a monster, but the real challenge lies ahead, the journey to becoming a legend. As you leave the village behind, the sun rises higher in the sky, casting long shadows across the land. The road ahead stretches out before you, full of unknown dangers and tests. But you're ready. You've faced the lion, and you'll face whatever comes next with the same determination. You are Hercules, and nothing, not even the gods themselves, will stand in your way. The road stretches out ahead, twisting through the hills and valleys that lead you farther from Nemea. The familiar sounds of the village fade, replaced by the soft rustling of the wind through the trees and the rhythmic thump of your boots against the earth. You walk with purpose, the weight of the Nemean Lion's pelt now feeling like a tangible connection to the legend you're building. But even as you march forward, you can't help but feel the gnawing tug of what's coming next. The gods are watching, and every step you take will be scrutinized, measured. The sun climbs higher, warming your skin, but the air still carries a crisp edge, a reminder that your journey isn't over. It's only just begun. The Nemean Lion was the first of many challenges, and the gods' expectations are high. The task ahead is still unclear, but you feel it, that sense of anticipation hanging in the air. Each trial you face will shape you physically, mentally, and spiritually. The weight of your destiny presses down on you, but there's no room for doubt. You are Hercules, and you've always known this path would be difficult. It was never supposed to be easy. As you continue your journey, your mind starts to drift back to the battle. You remember the lion's eyes, glowing like twin fires in the dark, its growls that seemed to reverberate through the earth itself. It wasn't just the physicality of the fight that made it so dangerous. No, it was the sheer force of nature that the lion represented. It was the untamed, the raw power of the wild world, and in defeating it, you didn't just conquer a monster, you conquered chaos itself. The thought of that makes you pause for a moment, standing on the path with your eyes closed, letting the wind wash over you. There's something deeply humbling about realizing you've just stared down the heart of nature's fury and come out victorious. Historians still debate the significance of this moment. Was Hercules' victory over the Nemean Lion merely the first of many physical challenges, or was it a deeper reflection of his ongoing struggle to master not just external threats, but the internal ones as well? Some believe that the lion's invincibility symbolized Hercules' own inner demons, things he would have to confront and overcome on his way to immortality. Others argue that it was simply a test of strength, a trial for the gods to witness. But whatever the interpretation, one thing is clear: you are marked, not just as a man, but as a hero, destined for something far greater than you could have ever imagined. Your thoughts are interrupted by the distant sound of rushing water. You're nearing a river, its sparkling surface visible through a thicket of trees. The sight of water brings a sense of relief. You've been walking for hours, and your throat feels dry, your muscles aching for rest. As you approach the riverbank, you pause to take in the view: crystal clear water tumbling over smooth rocks, the sun glinting off the surface. It's peaceful, serene, the perfect place to pause and gather your thoughts. The air is filled with the sound of the river's gentle current and the occasional bird call. It feels like the world is holding its breath, as if even nature itself is waiting to see what you'll do next. You kneel down to drink, the cool water refreshing and revitalizing. The calmness of the river contrasts sharply with the storm of thoughts in your mind. What comes next? The gods have given you a task, but the details remain unclear. All you know is that there will be more trials ahead, each more difficult than the last. And though the Nemean Lion is behind you, its memory will stay with you forever, as both a reminder of what you've accomplished and a warning of the challenges to come. As you finish your drink, you rise to your feet, looking out at the horizon. The world seems endless, stretching out before you in all directions. Each path leads somewhere, but you don't know where it will take you. There's a sense of both uncertainty and excitement that fills your chest. This is the hero's journey. After all, the unknown is just as much a part of it as the victories. And so, you continue, stepping forward into the wilderness, ready for whatever comes next. The Nemean Lion was just the beginning, a symbol of what you are capable of achieving. But now, the real journey begins. You may not know where it will take you, but you're ready to find out. Because you, Hercules, are destined for greatness, and nothing, not even the gods themselves, will stand in your way. As the path winds deeper into the wilderness, the landscape around you shifts. The once familiar hills now give way to dense forests, their towering trees blocking out much of the sunlight. The air grows thicker, heavier, as if the very earth itself is trying to keep you contained. It's a stark contrast to the open skies of Nemea, and it's here, in the shadow of these ancient trees, that you feel the true weight of your journey. The Nemean Lion's defeat was a test of strength and resilience, but you know that it's only a prelude to the real challenges ahead. The gods didn't choose you for your ability to fight monsters alone. They chose you for something deeper, the courage to face what comes next, the intelligence to navigate what lies hidden beneath the surface, and the unwavering belief that no matter how many trials you face, you will continue on. That thought sticks with you, like a small ember in your chest that refuses to fade. Even as you push through the rough terrain. As you move through the forest, a sense of unease begins to settle over you. The air feels charged, as if something is watching. You've faced beasts and gods before, but this place feels different. It's the feeling that you're being tested in ways that go beyond the physical. The trials that lie ahead may not be the ones you've been prepared for. Maybe it's not just your strength that the gods want to see tested, but your heart, your soul. Historians still debate whether Hercules' greatest battles were the ones fought against monsters or the ones waged within his own mind. Was it the physical challenges that shaped him into a hero, or was it the internal struggles, the battles against doubt, fear, and isolation that truly defined him? Some believe that Hercules' greatest enemy was always himself. The journey to conquer his own weaknesses just as important as the tasks imposed by the gods. It's a question that lingers in the minds of many, one that doesn't have a clear answer. But, for you, the only thing that matters is moving forward. You continue onward, the path narrowing as the forest becomes denser. The sounds of the world around you seem to fade, replaced by a strange silence. The trees creak and groan as though they're alive, and you begin to feel that the very forest is closing in around you. Yet, even as the air grows heavy with tension, there's a strange calm that washes over you. The trials of your past battles have prepared you for this. You've faced monsters that could tear you apart with a single swipe. But now, you realize, the real test may lie in what you can't see, what lies in the shadows. Just out of reach, the path eventually opens into a clearing, and in the center stands a figure. It's difficult to make out at first, the figure cloaked in the shade of the trees, but as you step forward, the outline becomes clearer. It's a woman, draped in tattered robes, her hair long and wild, her eyes deep and ancient. She stands perfectly still, not acknowledging your presence. Her gaze is fixed somewhere far off, as if she's waiting for something or someone. You know immediately that she's no ordinary mortal. You can feel it in the air, the weight of her presence, the power that emanates from her. This is not a chance encounter. You've been brought here for a reason. The moment feels charged, like the air before a storm. You open your mouth to speak, but the words catch in your throat. Instead, the woman turns slowly, her eyes locking. "With yours you've come far, Hercules," she says, her voice soft but carrying an undeniable power. "But your path is far from over." Her words echo in your mind, the meaning behind them settling like a heavy stone in your chest. You faced the lion, but this encounter, this moment is different. The gods have more in store for you. More trials, more challenges that will push you to your limits. You are not done yet. Who are you? You ask, though you already have a sense that her identity is not something easily defined. The woman smiles faintly, as if she knows the question before it's even asked. "I am but a messenger, a guide for those who walk the path you now tread. The gods have sent me to show you what lies ahead. You must be ready, Hercules, for what you seek is not just glory, but understanding. The real journey begins now." Her words send a ripple of unease through you, but also a strange excitement. What more could the gods want from you? What more could they ask of you? But even as the questions swirl in your mind, you know there's no turning back. Your destiny has already been set in motion, and the trials ahead are as much a part of you as the blood coursing through your veins. The woman steps aside, gesturing for you to follow. With no other choice, you do. Every step feels heavier than the last, the weight of the unknown pressing down on you. The path before you is unclear, but you know it's leading somewhere that will define everything. As you move forward, you can't shake the feeling that something big is about to happen. You've fought monsters and beasts, but what lies ahead may be more than just physical strength. You've already conquered the Nemean Lion, but what is the real test you're about to face? The woman leads you through the thickening forest, her presence unsettling yet comforting at the same time. Her pace is steady, unhurried, as though she's done this 1,000 times before. You can't help but feel the pull of her calmness. She's not rushing you, nor is she speaking, but the air around her hums with an ancient wisdom, as if she knows things about the future that you can't yet comprehend. The trees part slightly ahead, revealing a small stone circle. The stones are old, weathered by time and nature's forces, but still standing firm. At the center of the circle is a small pool of water, its surface perfectly still, as if it's been waiting for you. The pool reflects the sunlight in a way that makes the water shimmer, its calm surface almost hypnotic. For a moment, you stand there, transfixed by the quiet beauty of it all. The woman moves toward the pool and kneels beside it, her long dark robes brushing the earth. She motions for you to come closer. You obey, though you're not entirely sure what to expect. The air feels different now, as though the world around you has faded away, leaving just the two of you and the strange, sacred space. Look into the water, she instructs softly, her voice carrying a tone of both authority and invitation. You hesitate, but only for a moment. With a deep breath, you step closer and kneel beside her, peering into the still water. At first, you see nothing but your reflection, the image of a tired, bloodied hero, a man who's seen too much but still stands tall. The water seems so calm, but you know that there's more beneath the surface. The woman watches you silently, her gaze unwavering. As you focus on the water, something shifts. The reflection begins to distort, ripples forming despite there being no visible disturbance. Your image fades into a swirl of colors, and you catch a glimpse of something else, something far more troubling. It's a vision of chaos, a swirling storm, dark clouds gathering on the horizon, lightning flashing across the sky. And then, you see Atena the beast, not like the lion, but something far darker. Its eyes burn with an unnatural fire, and its form is shifting, undulating, as though it's not even bound to the laws of nature. The vision is fleeting, vanishing as quickly as it appeared, but it leaves a sense of dread behind. You're left, staring into the water, your heart racing. What was that? Was it a warning from the gods, or just another test of your resolve? The woman remains silent, watching you with those knowing eyes. She doesn't say a word, but you feel the weight of her gaze, as if she's waiting for you to process what you've just seen. Finally, you break the silence. What was that? You ask, your voice a little more strained than you intended. That, she replies, her voice calm yet filled with a subtle gravity, is what lies ahead. You've seen the Nemean Lion, but the true nature of your trials is much darker. You will face creatures far worse than anything you've encountered. But the question, Hercules, is whether you will have the strength to face them. The words settle over you like a heavy fog. You faced monsters before, ferocious beasts, deadly trials, but this feels different. The vision you saw in the water was not just a creature. It was a symbol of something far more dangerous. It was chaos itself, something that cannot be defeated with strength alone. You can feel the weight of it pressing down on your chest, but you don't let it show. You can't let it show. I'm ready, you say, though even to your own ears, the words feel a little hollow. The truth is, you're not sure if you are. How can anyone be ready for something like that? The woman nods slowly, as if she's been waiting for you to say that. You are ready. But the question remains, will you choose to face it? Will you continue, knowing that the path will be more difficult than you ever imagined? You look up, your gaze meeting hers. She's right. There is no turning back. The gods have already set you on this path, and you've seen the signs. You know that whatever lies ahead will not be easy. But you also know one thing. You cannot back down. Not now, not ever. Tell me what I need to do, you say, your voice steady now. The woman stands, motioning for you to rise as well. There is a temple nearby. You must enter it, but be warned, inside you will find what you fear most. The choice is yours. You can either walk away or confront it. Only you can decide what path you will take. The idea of entering some unknown temple fills you with a sense of foreboding, but you can't refuse. You don't know what awaits you inside, but you know that you must go. The gods are testing you, and it's time to prove that you are worthy of their trials. As you begin to walk towards the temple with the woman, you can feel the weight of what's to come. The Nemean Lion was only the beginning. Whatever lies inside that temple, whatever monsters you will face, they will push you to your limits, and that's exactly what you need. The journey to becoming a hero is never easy, but it's the only one worth walking. The temple stands before you, its towering structure half hidden by the dense forest. It is ancient, older than anything you've seen, with stone walls worn by centuries of wind, rain, and time. The air around it feels different, heavier, as if the very ground beneath your feet is holding its breath. This is no ordinary place. There's something sacred about it, something that feels both inviting and forbidding in equal measure. You approach the entrance, the heavy stone doors looming before you. The carvings etched into the stone are intricate, depicting scenes from ancient myths, gods and monsters locked in eternal struggle, heroes on quests to prove their worth. But there's something unsettling about these images. They don't seem like simple depictions of myth, they seem like warnings. As you trace the carvings with your fingers, a shiver runs down your spine. The symbols are ancient, and though you don't understand every detail, you feel the weight of their meaning. The woman stops beside you, her presence unwavering as she gazes at the temple. "This is where your true test begins," she says softly. "Inside, you will confront what you fear most. The gods have seen your strength, Hercules, but now they will test your heart. Do not be afraid of what lies ahead. You must face it, and only then will you truly understand the path you are destined to walk." Her words hang in the air as you stare at the entrance. Fear is a strange thing for you. You've faced monsters that could tear you apart in seconds, gods who tested your very will, but this feels different. It's not just about strength anymore. It's about something deeper. It's about understanding the cost of what you've chosen. The fear that has settled in your chest is not just fear of the unknown, it's fear of what this journey will ultimately require from you. The gods may have set you on this path, but they never promised it would be easy. Taking a deep breath, you step forward, pushing open the heavy stone doors. They creak loudly, their sound echoing through the temple as if protesting the intrusion. The air inside is thick with the scent of dust and incense, and the shadows stretch long and dark across the cold stone floor. You step into the darkness, your senses heightened, your heart racing. The woman follows you inside but doesn't say a word. She doesn't need to. This is your journey now, and hers is only to guide you to this point. As you move deeper into the temple, you begin to notice that the walls are covered with more carvings, but these are different. They depict scenes of people, men, women, heroes, and gods facing their deepest fears. The images seem to shift as you move, as if the carvings themselves are alive, watching you. It's an unsettling feeling, but you push through it. You've faced worse. At the far end of the temple, there's a pedestal, bathed in a shaft of light that cuts through the darkness. Upon it rests a simple, ornate box, its surface intricately decorated with more symbols you recognize. They are the same as those carved into the doors, the same as those etched into the walls. The box calls to you, its presence impossible to ignore. You feel an undeniable pull toward it, as if it's the key to understanding everything. You approach the pedestal, each step echoing in the silence of the temple. As you draw closer to the box, the air around you grows colder, the shadows growing deeper and more oppressive. There is something about this box, something ancient, something that feels like it has been waiting for you for an eternity. You reach out, your hand trembling slightly as you touch the surface of the box. It's warm beneath your fingers, despite the chill in the air, and you feel a jolt of energy course through you as soon as your skin makes contact. Historians still debate the true purpose of the temple. Some believe it was a place where the gods tested their champions. Others think it was a place of divine revelation. The most popular theory, however, is that it was built to hold something powerful, something that could change the very course of fate. And you, Hercules, are about to discover exactly what that something is. The box is no ordinary artifact. It is a key a key that will unlock the next phase of your journey. With a final breath, you lift the box. The moment you do, the room seems to shift, the walls groaning as if they are awakening from a long slumber. The air becomes thick with a strange, oppressive energy, and you feel a presence stirring in the shadows. Something is coming, and whatever it is, you're ready to face it. You open the box. Inside is a single, glowing stone, its surface covered with intricate runes that seem to pulse with life. As you reach for the stone, the temperature in the room drops even further. The shadows begin to shift, and a voice echoes through the temple. A voice that seems to come from everywhere and nowhere all at once. You have taken the first step, Hercules, but this is only the beginning. You must now decide whether you are truly worthy of the gods' favor. Your greatest trial lies ahead, and the path will not be easy. The voice fades as quickly as it came, and you're left standing in the dim light, the stone pulsing in your hands. The woman steps forward, now, her eyes glowing faintly with understanding. "You've done well," she says, her voice soft but full of knowing, "but your journey is far from over. The gods have chosen you for a reason. Now, you must choose whether you will accept your fate or walk away." You stare at the stone, its glow brighter now. You've already faced one monster, one test, and one, but this feels like the true challenge. And no matter how difficult it may be, you know that you cannot walk away. The gods have set you on this path for a reason, and you will not falter. The weight of the glowing stone in your hand feels heavier than you ever anticipated. It pulses with a rhythm that matches the beat of your heart, as though it is alive, and you are merely its vessel. The shadows around you deepen as if responding to the stone's glow, thickening and curling, gathering closer. You feel as though the entire temple is breathing with you, watching you, waiting. The woman stands silently beside you, her gaze steady. She doesn't need to speak. Everything in her presence tells you that you're at a pivotal crossroads. The path ahead, whatever it may be, is defined by the choice you make now. The voice, deep and resonant, has faded, but its words linger in your mind. Your greatest trial lies ahead. And now, with the stone in your hand, you understand what that means. The gods have deemed you worthy to carry out impossible tasks. But the weight of those tasks isn't just physical, it is spiritual, emotional. It's the very essence of what it means to be a hero, to be immortalized in stories and legends. What you do next will shape the very foundation of your journey. You raise the stone slightly, inspecting its runes. The carvings, now visible and intricate, appear to shift before your eyes, constantly changing, moving in ways that defy logic. The stone's glow intensifies, casting an eerie light across the temple walls. There is no going back now. You have taken the first step into the unknown, and there is only one direction left to move. Forward. You must make your decision, the woman says quietly, her voice filled with both encouragement and finality. The stone will guide you, but it is not just an artifact. It is a key. What you unlock is up to you. Her words pierce the silence, and for a moment, you question everything. What does it mean to truly unlock your fate? The gods have tested you, yes, but this is different. This is more than a trial of strength. This is about choices that will define you, not just as a hero, but as a man, a son, and a being capable of godlike feats. The path you walk from here on out will carry consequences, some that you may not even fully understand yet. Without another word, you step forward, carrying the stone closer to the pedestal. The energy in the air shifts, becoming electric, charged with anticipation. As you hold the stone above the pedestal, a sudden pulse of power surges through your entire being. You feel it, deep within you, as though the very fabric of reality itself is being altered. The stone, glowing brighter than ever, aligns perfectly with the pedestal's markings. A crackling sound fills the air, like the snap of thunder in the distance. You set the stone into place. The moment it touches the surface, the temple itself seems to respond, the walls vibrating with an ancient power. A low resonant hum fills the space, reverberating through your bones. The ground shakes, but you don't flinch. The moment is here. A blinding light erupts from the stone, engulfing the room in its brilliance. You instinctively shield your eyes, but it does no good. The light is so intense that it burns through the darkness, flooding your senses with both overwhelming power and profound peace. You feel yourself being drawn into it, as though the light is calling to you, pulling you toward something greater than you've ever known. And then, in the midst of the light, you see an image. not of the future, but of the past. You're standing at the edge of an ocean, the waves crashing violently against the rocks. You look to the horizon, and there it is, the shape of a great beast rising from the depths, its eyes glowing with the same fire you saw in the vision earlier. The creature is enormous, its presence malevolent and dark. It is the true test, the true monster, and its form shifts and warps, as if it is more than just flesh and bone. The image disappears as quickly as it came, but its message is clear. Your greatest trial lies beneath the surface. In the depths of the unknown, when the light fades, you find yourself standing alone in the temple once again, the stone now dim, its power spent. You're not sure how much time has passed, but the temple has changed. The air feels different, thicker, as if something ancient has been unlocked. The woman is gone. The silence is profound, and for the first time in your journey, you're left with nothing but your thoughts, the weight of your decisions pressing down on you. The gods have shown you something. They've given you a glimpse of what lies ahead, but it's still up to you to walk the path. You exit the temple slowly, the stone still warm in your hand, its runes now quiet. The forest around you feels different, the shadows lengthening as the sky darkens. You face the lion, but what you saw in the temple, that is the true challenge. You realize that the path ahead will not be easy, and there is no guarantee of success. But one thing is certain, you will face whatever comes next with the same resolve that has carried you this far. The woman's words echo in your mind. The gods have chosen you, Hercules, but now, you must choose whether you are truly worthy. The choice is yours, and it will shape the hero you become. Whatever the gods have planned, you know that you are ready for whatever awaits. The silence of the forest around you is almost deafening now, the shadows stretching long into the dusk as you stand at the edge of the temple. The stone in your hand feels heavier than it did moments ago, its ancient power pressing down on you, as if it's urging you to understand something deeper. What you saw within the temple, the vision of the great beast rising from the ocean, still lingers in your mind. That image, its glowing eyes, its looming form has taken root inside you, and it will not be easily forgotten. It's clear now that this is not just another test of strength, it's a test of everything you are. The gods have shown you your future, or perhaps only a piece of it. The beast that you saw rising from the depths is not a monster to be defeated with sheer might, alone. It is something far more dangerous, something that represents all the trials you will face from here on out, the trials that will require not just your strength, but your mind, your heart, and your soul. You've walked into the unknown, and now, there is no turning back. As you step further into the forest, the world around you begins to shift. The air grows cooler, and the wind rustles through the trees in an almost eerie whisper. Every footstep you take feels like it echoes through the silence of the wilderness, and you can't shake the feeling that something is watching you. It's as if the forest itself is alive, observing your every move. It's an unsettling feeling, but one you know you must ignore. The true test is ahead of you, and you cannot let fear paralyze you. Fear is what the gods want to see if you can overcome. Fear is the true adversary, and you must face it head-on. Historians still argue about the nature of Hercules' challenges. Was it his strength that made him a hero, or was it his ability to confront fear itself? Some believe that his physical feats were secondary to the mental and emotional strength required to survive them. The trials were not just tests of muscle, they were tests of character, of willpower, and of heart. And that, Hercules, is what you must remember as you continue on your journey. The path before you is unclear, but you know that it is leading you towards something greater. The stone in your hand is no longer just an artifact, it is a guide, a reminder of the path you must walk. With each step, the weight of your destiny grows heavier, but so does the knowledge that you are becoming the hero the world needs. You are becoming something more than mortal. As night falls and the stars begin to shine above, you find a small clearing in the forest. It's quiet here, peaceful, and for the first time in what feels like forever, you allow yourself a moment to rest. You sit down on a nearby rock, the stone in your hand still warm against your palm, and look up at the sky. The constellations twinkle above you, a reminder that, even in the darkest of times, there is always light. The image of the beast rises in your mind again, the way it towered over the waves, its eyes filled with a fire that burned through everything. You know it's coming, it's part of the journey, part of the trials the gods have set for you. But how will you face it? How will you overcome it? You close your eyes and take a deep breath. letting the stillness of the night settle into your bones. There is no clear answer, but you feel a growing sense of peace, a knowing that you will face whatever comes with the strength and courage that have always defined you. For the first time, you let yourself truly believe that you are ready. The trials are not about being perfect, they are about perseverance, about rising again each time you fall. And with that, you stand up, the stone now cool in your hand, its glow dimming slightly, as if to tell you that the moment of reflection is over. You're no longer just a man. You are Hercules, a hero bound to the will of the gods. You've passed your first trial, but the hardest is yet to come. And as you begin to walk again, your steps are firm, your purpose clear. The Nemean Lion was only the beginning. There is so much more ahead, and you are ready. The forest seems to open up before you now, the path ahead no longer hidden by shadows. The gods may test you again and again, but with each test, you will grow stronger, and the day will come when you face the beast from the ocean, the true trial. But until then, you will keep walking forward, each step taking you closer to your destiny. And so, the hero's journey continues. The waves crash violently against the rocks below, each one more forceful than the last. The sound is deafening, a constant roar that fills the air with tension. But you stand firm, the stone in your hand pulsing steadily, its glow flickering like a heartbeat. The ocean before you is dark, restless, and the fog clings to the water like a shroud, hiding whatever dangers lie beneath. But you've faced worse. This is just another obstacle on the path that the gods have set for you, and you will not back down. You take a deep breath, feeling the salty air fill your lungs. The wind howls around you, tugging at your clothes and hair, urging you to jump, to dive into the unknown. The pull of the sea is undeniable, and it calls to you with a power that is both terrifying and magnetic. This is it. This is where the next trial begins. The woman's words echo in your mind. Your greatest trial lies ahead, and you understand now what that truly means. The beast you saw in the temple, the one with the fiery eyes, the shifting form, it's here, in the depths of the sea, waiting for you. You have no choice but to face it. The gods have chosen you for this task, and you will not let them down. You are Hercules. This is your destiny. Without hesitation, you step forward, your feet meeting the edge of the cliff. The ground beneath you seems to tremble, and for a moment, you feel like the earth itself is urging you to leap. The stone pulses in your hand, and you can feel its power growing stronger, as if it's preparing you for what's to come. You take one last glance at the dark waters below, and then, with a deep breath, you dive. The cold shock of the ocean hits you immediately. The water envelops you, pulling you deeper and deeper into its depths. For a moment, everything is dark, the world above disappearing as you sink into the abyss. The pressure of the water surrounds you, but you do not panic. You've faced far worse. This is just another challenge. The stone in your hand glows brighter, its warmth a comforting presence in the cold, dark sea. As you descend, the water around you begins to stir. The current pulls at your body, pushing you in different directions, but you fight against it. You know what you're here for. The beast lies somewhere below, and you will not stop until you face it. The stone pulses again, its light now illuminating the surrounding water, casting strange, eerie shadows on the sea floor. Suddenly, you feel a presence, a shift in the water, an unnatural stirring. It's subtle at first, a slight ripple in the current, but it quickly grows stronger. Something is moving beneath you, something massive, something ancient. The ocean around you churns, and you realize that the creature you saw in the vision is here. It's rising from the depths, its enormous form becoming visible in the glowing light of the stone. The beast is unlike anything you've ever seen. Its body is a mass of undulating shapes, its form constantly shifting, as if it's not bound to the laws of nature. Its eyes glow like embers, burning with an otherworldly fire. The creature's presence is suffocating, its power palpable in the water around you. It is chaos incarnate, the very embodiment of destruction, and it is here to test you. Historians still argue whether the creature you face now is truly a beast, or if it is a manifestation of the very chaos that lurks at the edges of the world. Some believe it is a creature summoned by the gods, a test of ultimate strength and courage. Others argue that it represents the deepest fears of mankind, a force that can never truly be defeated. Whatever the truth, one thing is certain: you are about to face the heart of the storm. The beast lunges at you with a speed that takes your breath away. You dive to the side, narrowly avoiding its massive jaws, which snap shut with a deafening crack. The water around you boils with the creature's fury, but you're not afraid. You've faced monsters before. You've overcome impossible odds. This will be no different. But a roar, the creature shifts again, its form changing, growing larger, more terrifying. It surrounds you, its presence blocking out all light. The stone in your hand pulses violently, its glow intensifying as if urging you to act. You know that this fight will not be won by strength alone. You need to outsmart it, to use your wits, your resolve. The beast strikes again, and you dive beneath it, using the current to propel yourself to safety. You can feel the water pressing in on you from all sides, the creature's movements shaking, the very sea around you. But you're not going to give up. Not now. The stone in your hand is still warm, still glowing, and you know that it holds the key to defeating this monster. You focus, pushing aside the fear that threatens to overwhelm you, and you make your move. With a surge of strength, you grab the creature's shifting form, using its own momentum to pull it closer. The water churns around you, the beast thrashing in your grasp, but you don't let go. You hold on tight, your grip unyielding, and with one final, powerful twist, you slam the creature into the seafloor. The impact reverberates through the water, and for a moment, everything goes still. The beast's form shifts one last time, and then, with a final guttural cry, it vanishes into the depths. The water around you clears, the darkness receding, and for the first time in what feels like an eternity, the sea is calm. You float there, the stone still glowing in your hand, the remnants of the battle lingering in the water around you. You've done it. You've faced the beast, the embodiment of chaos, and you've defeated it. But as the calm settles in, you know that this victory is not the end. It is just another step on the journey that the gods have set before you. The real challenge lies ahead, and you, Hercules, are ready for it. The calm after the storm is almost surreal. The ocean, which moments ago roared with fury, now lies still, its once churning waves now gentle, rolling quietly toward the shore. The dark, oppressive weight that had been pressing down on you is gone, replaced by an eerie sense of tranquility. The water feels different, lighter, almost as if it's cleansed, free from the creature that once lurked in its depths. And you, floating in the now clear water, are left with a sense of peace, of accomplishment. But even as you catch your breath, something gnaws at you, understanding that this victory, as monumental as it is just one piece of the puzzle. The beast you've slain may have been the embodiment of chaos, but you know there are many more challenges ahead. The gods have been testing you, yes, but they haven't finished yet. This trial, like the lion before it, was only a step on the path to something greater. You grip the stone tightly in your hand, its light now dimming, as if recognizing the completion of its purpose. It has guided you through this trial, showing you the path and the strength you needed to overcome the beast. But it's not over. The gods have set this challenge before you for a reason, and you have no choice but to keep moving forward. You swim toward the surface, your movements slow but steady, the ocean's calmness now allowing you to gather your thoughts. The battle was grueling. The fight with the shifting, monstrous creature, a test not just of physical strength, but of your will, your determination. You didn't just defeat the monster, you conquered the very chaos it represented, embracing the unknown and taming it in a way that few could. As you breach the surface, the cool air fills your lungs, and you blink against the brightness of the sun. The cliffs, towering above you, seem even more imposing now, as though they are watching over you, judging your every move. The land stretches out before you, a vast wilderness filled with both danger and promise. The path ahead remains uncertain, but you know that you've just crossed a threshold. The gods have shown you the depths of what awaits, and you've proven yourself capable of facing it. You pull yourself onto the shore. The wet stones slick beneath your hands as you rise, shaking off the water. The sun is low in the sky now, casting long, golden shadows across the landscape. You stand there for a moment, taking in the scene, the calm ocean stretching out before you, the dark cliffs rising to either side, and the open road ahead. The weight of your journey feels real now, heavier than before. You've faced the lion, you've conquered chaos, but there is still so much left to do. As you look around, you feel the weight of the gods' gaze upon you, the pressure of their expectations pressing down on your shoulders. They've tested your strength, your courage, your resolve. But now, As you stand here, you know that it's more than that. The real test lies in your heart, your mind, your ability to navigate the challenges ahead. You take a deep breath, letting the air fill your lungs. It's time to move forward. The gods have chosen you, and now, it's your turn to choose. The path ahead is yours to walk, and you will walk it with the same strength and determination that has brought you this far. There are more beasts to face, more trials to overcome, and more battles to fight, but none of them will stop you. You are Hercules, and you will rise to meet whatever comes next. As you turn to face the path ahead, the stone in your hand pulses one final time, its light fading completely. The journey is far from over. The gods may have given you this moment of triumph, but they will not let you rest for long. There are more trials to face, more lessons to learn, and more victories to claim. But for now, you allow yourself a moment of peace. The ocean stretches out before you, calm and inviting. You've conquered the chaos, you've proven your strength, and now, it's time to continue your journey. The world is waiting for you, Hercules. The journey ahead feels more tangible now, the weight of your purpose heavy upon your shoulders as you walk along the shore. The stone, now cool in your hand, no longer pulses with power, but its presence still lingers, a reminder of the trials you've faced and the ones yet to come. The path is uncertain, winding, and shrouded in mystery, but it's your path. The gods may guide you, but it is you who must choose how to walk it. As you move forward, the sun climbs higher, its warmth a welcome contrast to the coldness of the ocean that still lingers in your skin. The air smells fresh, the scent of salt, and earth mingling in a breeze that feels like both a promise and a challenge. The ocean, once a chaotic force that sought to devour you, now seems almost peaceful at least for now. The storm may have passed, but you know that another one could be just around the corner. The sea, like your journey, is never truly still. With every step, you feel the world around you change. The terrain underfoot becomes rockier as you leave the shoreline behind. The ground uneven and harsh, but you don't falter. The trials you've faced have prepared you for this moment. You've learned to face the chaos, to stare down your deepest fears, and to move forward despite the odds. The gods may have tested your strength, but now they will test your resolve, your ability to keep moving even when the way is unclear. The woman is no longer by your side, but her presence lingers in the back of your mind, her words guiding you. The gods have chosen you, she had said, but now, you must choose whether you are truly worthy. That question resonates deep within you, like the echo of thunder after a storm has passed. Worthy of what? What do the gods expect from you? And what will you sacrifice to prove that you are deserving of their favor? Historians still debate whether Hercules truly understood the weight of the trials he faced, or whether he simply acted out of instinct, driven by the desire to prove himself. Some say it was his courage that made him a hero, while others believe it was his willingness to sacrifice everything for the sake of others. The truth, perhaps, lies somewhere in between. Hercules was not simply strong or brave. He was determined. He was willing to face not only the beasts and monsters that threatened the world, but also the darker parts of his own soul, the fears and doubts that every hero must confront. The path ahead is still unclear, but one thing is certain: the world is waiting for you, Hercules. The gods may have tested your physical strength, but now they are testing your heart. What will you do when the trials push you to the brink? Will you rise to meet them, or will you falter? It's a question that every hero must answer, and the answer is yours alone. You step forward, the ground beneath you shifting as the landscape begins to change. The sky, once clear, now darkens, the clouds gathering overhead. It's as though the world itself is holding its breath, waiting for your next move. The air grows thick again, the tension building, and you know that another trial awaits. You can feel it in the air, the electricity of something powerful just on the horizon. But you are not afraid. You have faced the lion, you have faced the beast from the depths of the ocean. You have proven yourself worthy of the gods' trials, and you will face whatever comes next with the same resolve that has carried you this far. You are Hercules, and nothing, not even the gods themselves, can stop you. The storm begins to intensify, the wind howling and the sky darkening, but you do not look back. The world may be uncertain, but you are certain of one thing: you are ready for whatever lies ahead. The gods may have given you this path, but it is you who will walk it. The final trial is coming, but you know that no matter what it is, you will face it with the strength of your will, the power of your heart, and the fire of your spirit. The journey is far from over, but you are ready. The world awaits the hero who will rise from the chaos, and that hero is you.